We wanted to try to give a sense of why you're seeing 1, 2, and 3 come out the way they are, Wolf. This is a neat thing on our flick wall. We can look at the winner by category by face. So I picked an area here that can give you a chance to look at number 2, Ron Paul. Ron Paul did, as you might expect, well with unmarried voters, well with lower income voters, and well with new voters. Ever voted in a GOP primary? Yes, went for Mitt Romney. No, went for Ron Paul. What I want to highlight with Gloria, though, is that even where you see Ron Paul's face as the leader, it was often very tight between him and Mitt Romney. Look at this in terms of people that make between $30,000 and $50,000. Gloria, yes, it went to Ron Paul, but I would call that a dead heat with Mitt Romney.
Yeah, it is a dead heat. And you would assume that Ron Paul would do very well with these folks, as well as younger voters, because they're college students. College students don't make a lot of money, and they're single, as you point out over there. So that's why Ron Paul would do well. What's interesting, though, is that Mitt Romney had such a romp tonight. Everybody normally sees him as the candidate of the wealthy, right? Well, in the state of New Hampshire, maybe not. I mean, yes, he was beaten by Ron Paul. That's not a good thing. But look what he did compared to Huntsman.
Right,
and Santorum, who is the closest thing to a populist in the Republican race.
And it's fair to know, come over here, Gloria, because I want to show you and everyone else one other thing.
Wall.
Obviously, when you look at income, I want everyone to see here, as I can scroll across, you see the wealthier, and I want to say not just did Mitt Romney win, but his margin of victory was even greater. But let me just show you this. These are all quite, my point here is, everybody, your head should spin a little bit, but what I want to show you is the winners tonight. And as you can see, I scroll down, no matter what category, the category is not important. What's important here is Mitt Romney's face. This is a sweep in almost every category.
And Erin, let me point out, even in categories like very conservative on fiscal issues, very conservative on social issues, even evangelicals, even Tea Party voters, Mitt Romney beat Rick Santorum, who is arguably presenting himself as the most conservative on the social issues, someone who can appeal to the Tea Party, and at least in the state of New Hampshire, we should say, which is unlike any other state, Mitt Romney won with the most conservative folks who were voting.
That's right. And as we get ready for Ron Paul to speak, Wolf, I just want to note, we'll talk later about John Huntsman, who you see in pink, but you saw him do well with people registered Democrat, people who approved of the Obama administration, and people who opposed to the Tea Party. So we're going to break that down a little bit more later, but that's where you saw the number 3 strength. Back to you.
All right, guys. Thanks very much.